All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
All right, everybody, welcome on in. NorCal Sports Network. Golden State Warriors 7-game winning streak comes to an end tonight at the hands of the Denver Nuggets, 114-105, and that makes it 9 straight for the Nuggets over the Warriors. It's kryptonite for the Warriors. The Nuggets don't want to see them in the first round. We'll get right into the game here, but first let us thank our sponsor, Chapman Law Group. Chapman Law Group, located in licensed in California. Give them a call for all your legal needs. You got a personal injury situation. You look like you got banged up from behind in the car, and you feel like crap, like the Warriors played tonight. You better call Chapman Law Group. They can help you feel better. At least get you some money. Give them a call, 415-613-9483. Let them know NorCal Sports Network sent you. And Lou. Yikes. That was ugly tonight. You kind of feel those things sometimes. Teams, we're missing Jokic and Murray and Brown. And 3 of their 5 starters are out of the game. And what happens? Guys rise up that don't play a lot. And they hustle and they play 120%. And you're playing at 80, maybe? I mean, the Warriors look like they were sleepwalking, Lou, with some of the passes that Draymond and Steph were throwing out there, trying to throw. Just hold on to the ball. Quit trying to go for the, it's got to be a perfect pass, those three-quarter length passes that they throw up. And they must have thrown 7 of those away tonight.
Dan, I think the Warriors were due for a game like this. I think when it comes up to it, Denver again was very physical, just like the Knicks. And I said this last show, I think somebody's discovered to beat the Warriors, you have to be very physical. Again, 3 things stood out tonight. Again, when you don't know until half an hour when the best player in the NBA isn't playing and 2 of the other players, of course you're going to lack. But the Warriors recently, and probably in the last 10 games, keep coming out real flat in the first half, and they buried themselves. And I think they said, hey, we'll just hang with it and we'll get over the hump. But you also got to give Denver credit, I mean, Gordon played great. Westboro played great. Their center, got a couple huge rebounds and putbacks. And I think, again, I'm going to bring up 2 points that we brought up. Buddy Hield tonight, 1 for 4. So, he didn't come through. And if it wasn't really for Peyton and his 18, the Warriors would have been blown out a lot more. And, I thought, the other key thing is the Warriors had a big chance in the fourth quarter. With 7:49, they were already in the bonus. And I think they only went inside, maybe twice. And then that one possession where they had like 3 chances, couldn't get it. You got to take advantage. When you're down and the clock's going to stop, you got to go inside. Forget the 3-point stuff. Go inside as much as you can because you're going to be able to get 2 free points and the clock doesn't go. And again, at one point today, they were 1 for 9 for their first 9 free throws. That can't happen in an NBA game. You're just giving points away. So,
right.
It was, hey, you know what? It's one game, not a big deal, but they got to really come back tomorrow. I'm sort of glad they play tomorrow. They're going to be going again.
Another physical game tomorrow. You got Giannis and Brooks Lopez.
It's a big test for the Warriors, but the Warriors should be able to bounce back. But let's look at the box and take a look. And the other thing too about the Warriors is I've been praising their defense. They really had no one to stop Gordon tonight. He dominated. I know he's from the area, when he attended Archbishop Mitty. But really, when you have one guy stopping you, they knew Steph was having an off game. They forced Steph to do as much as he could. You got to do that to Gordon, and he was just getting wide open threes. I know he doesn't hit them all the time, but when a guy, when a guy's in a flow, you got to do something other. But yeah, let's take a look at the box score, please. Dan, you're muted.
Sorry, I hit the mute. Yeah, Steph looks, he kind of tired, and tomorrow back to back. He played 36 minutes tonight. They expended a ton of energy to get back into this game, and that's what has me concerned about tomorrow night, because this was you're behind. It was 12, 10, 8, 12, 15, 8, 10, 12, 8, 10, 12. It was just hanging around 12 all night. They couldn't make a run until the fourth. They got it to within 3, I think.
3.
Did they?
Yeah. But when you don't get over the hump, it just takes so much out of you.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Lou. Tomorrow night is going to be tough, because they are going to have to bounce back. And then I predicted they would go 6-1, maybe 5-2 on this trip. They started with Detroit, right? Then they beat after Detroit. Who was it they played? Sac? Or no, it was somebody else. Somebody else in between Sac. I can't remember who it was now. That was a week ago Monday night. They played, and then they had a couple days off. They beat Sac, then they beat the Knicks. So they're 4-1 trip. Who did they beat after
they played Detroit and then Portland?
Portland, that's right. Portland. Okay, so they're 4-1 on the trip. They've got to hopefully win the next 2 and go 6-1. And you win tomorrow, you kind of knock off this loss, because I think if they won tonight, they would have lost tomorrow. Now they still could lose tomorrow, because
it's only one game, but the thing is, you brought up to start. This is now 9 straight against Denver. And this is a game, you sort of just want to get confidence without the Joker, So, what are you going to do? Again, if Joker's here, it could have been a different game, but it's just a letdown, and I just feel bad because, Dan, this was the first time since the trade where I never really thought the Warriors were going to come back and win. Did you? I mean, they just, you just had that feeling, because every time they make a run, they do a dumb turnover. Or, they would try, they were missing free throws. They
tried to do too many cute things.
Yeah.
Things. They had the ball. They had the ball within 5, and Curry comes down and tries to throw the second straight turnover.
The alley-oop
to
Kuminga. The alley-oop.
They just were out of kilter tonight. Just totally. And give Denver some credit. They played hard. Denver had a ton of turnovers too. Warriors were forcing a lot of turnovers. I thought maybe the backbreaker tonight was Westbrook, who's just a terrible 3-point, just a terrible shooter in general, hits the 3. And I think they were down by 5 at the time, the Warriors.
Yeah, and that brought it back up to 8.
8, and it was like, you're thinking that was a contested shot. You're thinking 80% chance he misses. And nothing but net. And that's kind of when I knew, hey, it's over. But you know what? Let's take a look at these standings, because the Warriors got a break tonight. Minnesota lost at home to Indiana in overtime. So the Warriors remain one game, or half a game basically over. They're technically tied, but it's one game in the loss column, which is important because the Warriors own the tiebreaker. So, but I'll tell you what was a killer tonight. The Warriors may have lost any opportunity to go further than the 6th seed. They may have lost an opportunity. Philadelphia was ahead of Houston all night long, 23 points, and they were up in the 3rd quarter. And then with 25 seconds to go, they up by 4, and Houston was able to somehow get it into overtime where they won it. So that was a swing of 2 games. I don't think you're going to be able to catch the Rockets right now, it looks like. It's still an outside shot. because Houston's got its toughest schedule coming ahead of itself. But if the Rockets had lost and the Warriors had won, they would have been 2 games behind the Rockets. So,
And they got lucky
Warriors.
because I watched the Indiana-Minnesota game. Minnesota led by 4 with 40 seconds left before it went to overtime.
Right.
Then T.J. McConnell hit a shot where they played horrible defense, a wide open layup with 2 seconds left to force overtime. So, I just think too with Houston winning, that's against Philadelphia, where Houston probably thought they had the game. They were down at one point, I think 21. So, they came back and, nothing they can do. It's the NBA, but
the Warriors best would be great if the Rockets
they lost a lot tonight because Sacramento, won a game. I'm just saying, the Lakers won. So tonight, it's a little hiccup, but hey, it's one game. It's going to happen. But they got to bounce back tomorrow. You can't really lose 2, and then Toronto becomes sort of a must because you go on a road trip.
Right.
Nothing you can do. It happens.
Yes. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, they got 14 left now. They're 39 and 29. So that's what have they played? 68. Yeah, that's 68. So they've got 14 games left. They probably need to win 9 of them to stay in the 6th seed, I would think. 9 and 5.
Yeah, it's valuable to be in the 6th.
Get to 48.
7th.
Get to 48 wins.
Yeah. And again, Dan,
you
got Denver coming to town. You got the Joker, probably the MVP of the league. And 35 minutes before, you hear not him, but 3 of their starters aren't out. It's a complete letdown. It's hard because, you're prepared. You go through the whole entire last 36 hours getting ready for Joker, your defense, everything. And now he's not playing. Those are the toughest games that they are. I remember Oklahoma didn't play their starting 4 and they went on the road and they blew somebody out by 25. You got to be ready every game. It's the NBA.
Right. Yeah, it would be it'll all come down to seeding, really. It's all going to come down.
Yeah.
To
and I think we just got to beat our people in our division, in the Pacific Division. We're 2-8. We just need to be 500 or better.
Lou, I keep bringing that division up. What does that mean?
Well, it's because who we still play, the majority. We play Portland, the Lakers.
Portland is not in their division, for one. You're thinking years ago. They're in the Northwest Division. The Warriors are in the Pacific.
I thought they were in the Pacific. All right. Well, they just got to beat.
Yeah. They just got to win who's ever on their schedule. Division stuff doesn't matter in the NBA.
I know that. They changed.
Yeah. So, so anyway, let's get to the next game tomorrow. Milwaukee is coming in. They are currently the 4th seed, and they're fighting it out with Indiana for the 4th or 5th seed. And the Pistons are right there, a game behind. So Milwaukee, it's a must win. They're coming in off of a loss.
Oklahoma blowout. Yep.
Yeah, and Milwaukee lost. Did the Warriors beat them in Milwaukee, or did Milwaukee whip them? I can't remember that game when that was. It's probably been so long I don't remember it. But Milwaukee is tough because they got some, down low. They got Lopez, who can shoot the 3. He can also be a banger down low.
We beat him by 14 at home. 125-111.
Milwaukee won?
No, the Warriors beat him at
Milwaukee. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so
but I think one of the big guys weren't playing, if I remember right.
Yeah. I don't think Giannis played in that game, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Giannis didn't play.
Yeah.
But, you bring up a good point. They got, you got Lillard up there, and again, it's going to be back-to-back for the Warriors. Lillard, and then you got the Freak, and then, you got size. They're big teams. So, we
Yeah.
knew this would be a test.
Yeah.
This is the one downfall of the Warriors. Just, when they go against someone with a big guy in the middle and who has size against us, it's a struggle. But, we've adapted, and we'll just have to see what we can do.
Yeah. Well, Lillard right now is day-to-day, and so is Giannis. They may miss both those guys tomorrow, which would be crazy. Yeah, Giannis, I don't know what the deal is. I'm looking here, and it says they're both listed. Okay, Lillard is probable for Tuesday's game against the Warriors. Lillard is still working through a minor growing issue, and after getting a first look at Milwaukee's injury report, it looks though he'll continue to play through the injury Tuesday. Expect confirmation on the star point guard's availability closer to tip-off. And let me see if there's anything on Giannis, what his deal is. Let me take a quick peek at him. Come on, Giannis, where are you? One sec while I pull up. Okay, here's Giannis. Let's see what the report is on him for tomorrow. Antetokounmpo knee is probable for Tuesday's game against the Warriors. Okay. He's on the injury list due to a lingering right knee tendinopathy. Okay, so he hasn't missed. So that's why he's on the injury list. Okay. All right. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. But, looking at the Pods, is he due back this week? Possibly by Thursday, maybe, I'm hearing, against Atlanta. So we'll see how this ends up going. But, Lakers are reeling right now. The Lakers did win yesterday.
Oh, are you still there, Dan? Yeah, they've come back to win 2 straight. I don't know if Dan's there. Hello, Dan. Hello, Dan.
Hit the wrong button.
Welcome back, Dan. We missed you.
Yeah. Knocked myself out. Anyway, that's really all that they can do, as far as.
And I think you might bring up a good point. Steph played 36 minutes. That's a lot for him. Now he's going to be going against, back to back. That's always just a little question mark. But the Warriors have been doing so much better. One game they'll bounce back. They got it. It's the NBA.
Lou, you staying up for tonight? 3 a.m.
No, it's 3:30. I will not be up. Sorry.
Oh,
are you staying up?
I doubt it. I might still be up. Who knows? I just ate kind of a heavy dinner, Panda Express, and
I love Panda Express.
Yeah. So
Panda Express is solid.
Yeah. So we'll see where this thing goes, but the Giants won again today in spring training, 3-0. Justin Verlander pitched 5 shutout innings. It was against the White Sox, but still, you'll take it. Jung-Hoo Lee, that's right, MF, is hurt. Jung-Hoo Lee, hurt.
The Scarecrow.
Again.
That's my new name for him. That guy breaks down, or tinfoil. I think tinfoil might be better. That guy just breaks down left and right. Dan, I thought you brought up a great point on your Twitter. He got injured 2 years ago. He got injured last year. This guy's like tinfoil. You touch him, he breaks down.
He got injured 2 years ago with an ankle.
Yep.
Last year was a torn labrum. And at some point in his career, he's already had a labrum surgery. So he's had 2 shoulder surgeries. Now he's got a back. A back at 26 is kind of nerd.
Yeah.
It's not good.
No. And especially this close. And, it's another scary thing. But you know what? Hey, when he was out last time, it might be a blessing in disguise. Now we won't have to worry about the 4th outfielder. But they do need him, obviously.
Send me a trade. Send me a trade, senior. Someone send me a trade. JHL is a glass house. Yeah. It's in the glass.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come up with a new nickname. I was thinking Scarecrow because he breaks down. Tinfoil. I like Tinfoil a little bit. We might have to start calling him that because we are paying him $20 million a year, and so far the guy's played 5 weeks.
This is why I haven't made my predictions completely yet. I'm waiting till next Wednesday night, seeing how these injuries play out. If Jung-Hoo Lee's out, they're going to be tough. It's going to be tough they're going to have a tough time without Jung-Hoo Lee. I agree with
Well, yeah, because now they're not going to have a number 3 batter.
Yeah, what are you going to make McRae, put him in center field, and maybe he becomes the 3 hitter? I like McRae. I like his speed. I in some ways I like him more than Lee because he's a fast runner, but he doesn't make enough contact. So if he can cut down on the Ks, if he can be reasonable in the 20s instead of the 30s or almost 40, I think he was. I don't know. It was pretty high. But maybe Matos gets a shot. I don't know.
I just don't like it being so close. The opening day is in 10 days, and now sort of one of our star signings from last year coming off an injury, and now we're concerned about his back. And I think back is, a key thing because apparently, I don't know if you, in one of your things, Susan said he had to go for he was
MRI.
X-rays from negative and MRI, and when you do that, it's usually pretty serious, especially
right.
With
it's probably it could be disc, could be be. If you're getting an MRI, that's not good. Yeah, I just had an MRI on my back, and I know how my back feels, and I'm 63, so he's 26, and if you're having back injuries at 26, man, that's rough because I was flying around the bases playing softball in my mid 30s. I was I didn't feel any pain until I got more into my 50s. But I think, Mark, you mean DHL, right? I think there's a DHL that delivers. I've never heard. Is there a JHL? Am I missing something?
That's actually pretty clever.
It is
DHL.
clever.
They deliver, but not JHL. It's still early.
Yeah, I got him.
Guys, everyone's got to just relax. You guys are upset about the Warriors loss. My God, they won 7 in a row. They won 13 out of 14. And the Giants. Yeah. Let's just see how it is. We got to try to be positive, as Dan always tells me. We got to try to make this podcast enjoyable occasionly.
Occasionally, yeah.
Because last year was very rough.
Yeah, we'll hold off on the.
But yeah, predictions next Wednesday. I like that. I like it.
Yeah. Hey, anybody want to do a fantasy baseball league at NorCal Sports Network? I'm changing it. I'm going to change it to a lower entry fee because I just joined another league today, and
Dan, did you have to get a loan just to join all these leagues?
Yeah.
Now that you're going to be in 3.
Today's league was $200, man, and it's a tough league, man. It's like, so let me hold on here. Let me just text the guy. Zell would be great. Okay. So anyway, now I'm in 2 leagues, Mark, but I may do a 3rd league. I might have to meet with my advisors. Maybe I'll do a league. Maybe I'll do a 3rd league, NorCal Sports, and I'll let somebody else run it.
Or just do it simple. Don't need to have a draft. Just do the auto draft. Everyone does their auto draft of what they want. Let the computer go, and then you make the trades. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, the draft's the funnest part, man. I love the draft. Yeah. Yeah, Mark, she's not going to be happy if I'm in 3 leagues. Especially if I'm up, making trades in all 3 leagues at 2 a.m. I'm going to try and hold back on some of the trades this year if I can. Just got to let it play out. So 5 more hours of streaming, and then you can stay up and watch the Dodgers.
Yeah,
Kitchen
it's
Handy says,
three
calling me
3:10
Dodger
our
Dan.
time.
Wait a minute. Why would you call me Dodger Dan? There's no
Because of that
evidence of
good-looking
me.
photo of yours. Remember that
There's
good-looking
no
photo
evidence
of you?
of me being Dodger Dan. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything you guys are talking
There
about.
you go.
Those are back. Eric did that, man. That's pretty hilarious.
Yep.
So,
And then also the other thing too is next Monday is the Giants play here in a preseason game. They play Monday and Tuesday.
yeah, that's right.
Before they leave.
Anthony's won the NFL 3 times with auto draft. There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all the luck because everybody wants Ohtani, like first pick, and then your second pick you'll get. So you got to sort of put the auto thing differently so they'll reward you. You don't want, it's all sort of one of those things.
Hey, you're supposed to put a laughing emoji on there. I don't know if you're serious. I'm not wearing no Dodger uniform. That was just a little fun.
And then Dan, if
Clippers win
the
tomorrow,
Cubs win tomorrow, you have to remove the cap.
No, I'm not going to remove it until after Tuesday.
After the Giants opener. Okay, I
don't want to be. I don't want to be bouncing. Where am I? Well, I guess I could just move the Dodgers to the bottom if they lose the 2. But if they go 1-1, well, they'd still be.
No, if they go 1-1, they'd be up top.
They would be, right? Because they'd be 500, and everybody else would be 0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's one game. There's still 12. That's why all these games count. You got to beat the Clippers eventually. You got to beat the Lakers eventually.
Who's this guy calling me a clown? Right there. Who's this guy calling me a clown? Come on into the chat and come on. From the Bay 408. Is there a face with it?
All right, San Jose.
One healthy nugget of the 2. I'm blessed. Okay. I'm already tired of the account. Let's see.
And then Dan,
I'm serious. He is serious. Look at this. He says, I'm serious. Real Giants don't do that, Dan. You know that. I didn't put it on. It was Eric.
Eric made an AI.
Fun. Yeah. I didn't do it. I didn't put that on me. It's a little joke. You got to be able to laugh a little bit. Come on. It's not like the Dodgers are, if you're going to hate somebody, hate Satan, man. No, don't hate. It's just a uniform. I can't stand them either, but whatever.
Can't win, Dan.
Can't win.
Even when you're joking, you can't win. But yeah, I think it's exciting because tomorrow at least we'll have real baseball we could talk about. That atmosphere and no Mookie. He's got food poisoning, it sounds like.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, he's not playing for both games.
You drink the water?
I don't know if it's bad in Tokyo. I just think, who knows? Maybe he had tough, sushi. Didn't agree with him. It's tough, for 2
That
games.
might be true, Eddie. That might be true. So, yeah, who knows where the Warriors end up in this thing? They could end up, hey, if the Rockets end up in 2nd and you ended up in 7th, not a bad spot to be because 7th, you get a home game and you win, you're automatically the 7th seed. And then you get the Rockets. So it's not a horrible. 8th seed's harder because you got to go play a game on the road against the 7th seed. And then if you lose, you got to come back home to win to be the 8th seed. So I don't know. Hey, Harry, thanks. Appreciate it. Have a great night, buddy.
I tell you, these fans, after one tough Warrior game, they come out brutal.
Yeah. It was a tough game. It was a tough game.
Yeah, I agree.
But, you're going to have that.
It's the NBA. They're all. I mean, nobody thought the Warriors were going to win the last 14 games. You knew there were going to be some losses. As we've said, it happens, and I think the key is no injuries. I'll keep using that. No injuries. I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow because I don't think Milwaukee's that good. I think the Warriors, their goal today was get a big lead, sit Steph the second half so you can play, the back-to-back. And then once they couldn't get over the hump, they had to sort of go all in, but, that's hoops.
From the Bay, 408 coming at me on this Dodgers hat thing. Still not shutting it down. My goodness. Look,
he's got to realize what jersey he had on. It might have just been in a little.
I'm wearing a Giants hat right now.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a Giants
Tommy
hat.
not there anymore. Somebody had to take over.
Yeah, exactly.
Since you wore number 2.
Yeah. So
relax.
Come on, from the Bay. Relax, man. You're getting all worked up over a Giants team that steered you wrong for the last 6 years, roughly. They kept Farhan the clown for 6 years.
Obviously, this guy's not a fan of Robert Rothberg. Mr. Positive.
Yeah.
So it happens. Well, yeah, Dan. It's
Hey, wait a minute.
We'll be back.
Hold on. I'm gonna put this chat in here. I want from the Bay to come in here. He doesn't have to show his face if he doesn't want, but I want him to come in here and debate me, because he's talking about not true about the Giants. I said the Giants have sucked. So let's bring him in. If you want to come on in, I'm inviting you in. You don't have to put your face on the camera. There's the link right in the chat. I just put it in there. From the Bay. Come on in. Come on in. I'll put the Dodger hat on for you right now. Just to piss you off. Some more. Come on in. Says, I'm not coming in here, Dan, not doing the back and forth debate. Well, come on. You want to take some shots? Come on in. Harry, you too, you clown. Come on. Come on. I'll welcome you with open arms and your own song. Okay? I'll give you your own intro. Come on in. They won't come in. They won't come in. Yeah, let me put the Dodger for those clowns. Should I put it on for him, Lou? Should I put the Dodger hat on for from the Bay?
You're the boss. You're the boss.
What do you guys think? Should I put the Dodger hat on from the Bay just to piss him off? All right. Senior says put it on. I'm going to put it on. Yeah, I hope he doesn't go into coronary when I put this on. Come on, guys. Hey, from the Bay, 408. I never put a Dodgers hat on. What are you talking about? Come on in. Too chicken to come in and debate me. Oh, gosh. I love it. I love it. It's a hat. Come on. Yeah. Do it, Dan. You ain't a real Giants fan. You're a D-backs Dodger. Nope. I am not a Giants fan. That's right. I'm not a Giants fan. I know more about the Giants than you'll ever know in your lifetime, dude. Been following them for 54, almost 55 years. Don't even start with me. I'll run circles around your pinhead brain. You don't even know baseball, I bet. Come on. Come on. Let's see. Let's test your baseball knowledge. Come on in. I invited you in. Show us all your, come on. Show us your baseball knowledge. Tell us how great of a Giants fan you are and all the things you know. I'll give you some trivia. See if you know anything about the Giants. Come on. You say you know it. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm not going to stop it. You come on in or you can get off my show. I'll just, you know what? I'll just ban you. I don't need you. I'm inviting you in. You come on in, man to man. We'll talk some baseball. Be respectful. And if you're not a real fan, Dan, you're a cat in Arizona. Okay. Hey, guess what? You are I'll let it go for a little while, but one more smart remark, clown, and you're gone. Like I said, I don't need you. So there we go. It's probably maybe it's Giovanni or somebody like that. It's probably Mario Tretanek. That's probably who it is. Anyway, we'll let that go. What is this? Kyle Harrison, ERA. 10.8 whip, 2.1 status, already washed, drafted by Farton. Yeah. Hopefully he can figure it out. Okay. I'm going to ignore you from now on from the Bay because you're too chicken to come in, so I'm not even going to acknowledge any of your comments. Let's bring in a real Giants fan. Shardall.
Hey, Dan.
Going downhill,
hey, Lou. This Nuggets and Warriors game, we should have won this game fair and square. We should have won this game. We lost to Denver. They're making our lives a living hell. Losing to this Denver Nuggets team. I don't even like anybody on this team.
You let them have it, Shardall. Go for it. Let it out, Shardall.
Lou, what went wrong? What do you think went wrong in this game?
The Warriors didn't come in 100% ready to play. And with the 3-time MVP not playing and one of his other starters, the Warriors again lacked the killing instinct you got to do when you're at home. They got down again and they couldn't come back. You got to remember, the Warriors have lost to Denver 9 straight times. So, you know, as Dan says in baseball, sometimes you have a pitcher's number. It doesn't matter if you're batting 200. Like some of these guys, when they go against the Giants pitching, they bat 400. Well, Denver right now, the Warriors got to, realize they got to realize if they play Denver, it's going to probably be the toughest series, and I think the Warriors, just because everything's been coming pretty easy to them, they struggled from the field. Steph had a horrible game. I mean, Steph had 9 turnovers himself, didn't shoot well. And, except for GP2, nobody else really showed up. And the one thing about tonight, the Warriors missed a lot of free throws. At one time, they were 1 for 9. And, the Warriors didn't deserve to win. I don't care who Denver put on the court. Denver played better. And, it's going to happen. The Warriors.
Lou, I think in this game, the only person that Aaron Gordon had a phenomenal game in against the Warriors. He had like 38 points, I believe.
Yep.
He was the main reason why we lost this game. If we would not have let Aaron Gordon go off on fire like that, we would have probably won this game.
They didn't deserve to win.
Fair and square.
I mean, Aaron Gordon was one guy. Why didn't we have one guy to stop him? We basically played his game, and you got to remember he's from here. He's from San Jose, it's a homecoming for him, so he's got a little bit more in the tank when he plays the Warriors, and he basically outplayed him. And you also got to remember the old guy. Westbrook had a great game too. He hit clutch shots. he was around, and it was one of those games. The Warriors got outplayed in every aspect of the game. It didn't deserve to win. It happens.
So Dan,
Yeah.
what were your thoughts on this game? Like, if the Warriors want to come in to play Milwaukee, they play Milwaukee next. That's the next opponent that the Warriors face.
Yeah,
What
tomorrow
are
night.
some tips you would give the Warriors if they want to come against the Bucks and get a win? Because they got Giannis playing on Milwaukee. Milwaukee's a deadly basketball team that the Warriors are going to come in to face tomorrow. What are some tips you give to the Warriors if they want to come tomorrow and get a win against Milwaukee?
Make your shots.
So Lou, the same questions to you. So I asked Dan, what are what are your tips tomorrow you'd give the Warriors
your
as a
free
unit,
throws.
and what would you tell
The
them if they want to get
Warriors,
a win
the
against
Warriors
the
got it.
Bucks?
Warriors cannot make got to make free throws. You got to, lack no more turnovers. You can't have 20 turnovers in the game. And the one thing about, and this is what we brought up, Chardol, you weren't here the other night about the Knicks, but we talked about these 3 straight games. These teams are very physical. And the one thing the Warriors are sort of lacking is against a team that plays really, really physical. They're having problems adapting. And when they have big guys, we don't really have a center. Looney does the best he can. Green does the best he can. But, tomorrow we're going against, they have 2 big guys beside Giannis, who goes to the hoop a lot. So it's going to be a test, and the other thing is Milwaukee just got embarrassed. They lost by 24 points. Or it was down to 17 late to Oklahoma at home. They were embarrassed. So they had to think about it. Now they're coming here, the Warriors back to back. It's going to be a tough game tomorrow, for the one time Milwaukee comes here. What the Warriors got to do is, and again, we're not even sure if Steph's going to play because he played a lot tonight. Dan brought up a great point there. But the Warriors got to play better in the first half. Over the last 10 games, they've had some real rough first halves. I don't know if you remember, but they've been down 10, 12, 14. And against good teams, and Denver's a great team, you're not going to always come back, and, it'll be a test tomorrow. They just got to play team ball. That's all they got to do. Play team ball, cut down the turnovers, and get everybody involved. And they do that, the Warriors should prevail.
We're going to welcome in. Yeah, I agree. We'll welcome in Fossey. Hey, Fossey, how you doing?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Hey, Fozzie. So let me ask you a question in regard to this game.
Wait, Chardol.
Let me do my thing.
Chardol,
I want to ask him. Can I ask him a question? Can I ask Fozzie a question?
Sure, this show's gone downhill anyway, so go ahead.
So Fozzie, what were your thoughts on Jokic on Gordon's performance in place of Jokic? Because Jokic was injured today in this game. I think he had I don't know what his injury was. I don't think they disclosed it. What were your thoughts on Gordon's performance?
Yeah, no, I guess Chardol's hosting the show now, so yeah, I'll answer your question. I think it was just a rest day for Jokic, but Gordon came out and balled out. But to me, even more so, the way that he balled out was all right. But this is a game the Warriors shouldn't have lost. And as a fan, I'm kind of pissed the way that they dropped the ball in this one. But you know what? That's what I want to get on here and talk about is the way that they were lazy, turning the ball over, lazy passes. I don't know what's going on with Steph. Short shots from him. I know he was questionable going into the night. And now who knows what it's gonna be like for tomorrow, because the way it is for the standings, we needed this one tonight with Steph, and the way that the Nuggets were basically handing us a free win. Now, if Steph doesn't play, and it's probably likely that he's not going to play on a back-to-back, a little older, trying to make a playoff push, man. Absolutely pissed about tonight's performance from the team. I know there were some guys who played great for us. I think GP2, he was great on both sides of the floor, offensively and defensively. But either way, man, that's a game we should have won, and we didn't.
When you look at this game, the Warriors can't commit too many turnovers. If you commit a lot of turnovers in a game, you're not winning. That's just hands down. That's evident. You commit a lot of turnovers in one game, and you're not winning. So you can say, but you can walk out the door. You're not winning a game. Like there's no way. You commit a lot of turnovers, you're not winning. Like that's just basketball. That's what basketball's all about. All about
Yeah, I
not
mean,
committing turnovers.
Yeah, hey,
I don't
Chardal.
think turnover so much was the issue for the Warriors. I mean, I think Denver had like 21 turnovers too. So I mean, they
Yeah, Denver turned it over a lot. Warriors forced some turnovers. They were just throwing passes right in the Warriors' hands. So it was a sloppily played game. I mean, the Warriors got beat down low with Gordon at times and under the hoop. Gordon was just he kind of reminded me tonight, kind of like he looked bigger, like he put on some weight. He's bulky.
Like a man among boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
So, hey, Chardal, we're gonna let you go. We're gonna
Lou,
visit
so
with
I have
Fosse.
some
Hey, Chardal, we're gonna let you go right now. Okay, we're gonna visit with Fosse for a little bit before we close out the show.
Hey Dan, it's great coming on the show. Tough
Absolutely.
loss for the Warriors. They go down 114 to 105 against Denver. I think they come out strong tomorrow against Milwaukee. I think they have a much better performance against the Bucks. I don't know if Steph Curry is going to start tomorrow, but I think they come out stronger. My score prediction for tomorrow, I'm going Warriors 115, Bucks 90.
Okay.
Hey, Dan, thanks for having me on the show. And then I'll if you're doing a post game show tomorrow, I'll definitely if I'm not able to do a post game show with you tomorrow, definitely let me know when the next time you do it, and I'll definitely click on the link and join. Definitely know when you're doing it next.
All right,
Perfect.
we're on every
Sounds
night.
great.
We're on every game. Okay.
Okay, I'll see
All
you
right,
next
Chardal.
time you do it.
All right, take care. Thanks,
Thanks.
Chardal. All right, there he is, Chardal and Fosse. So, are you getting ready for? I know you love basketball, but are you? I couldn't remember. Are you a big Giants fan too, right?
of course, yeah. Look,
That's
Giants, we look great in the spring spring training, but look, to me, spring training doesn't mean anything.
Right. It's spring training. Deloading. What's going on? Just open the show. Yeah, we needed you earlier. Deloading. You could have saved us. But
look, I don't want to take too much of your guys' time, man. To me, the way it worked.
Fosse, I have a question. What were you most frustrated about tonight? Just the overall attitude, coming out flat, having another rough first half. I mean, what you being a fan and you being obviously a true Warrior fan, what was most frustrating tonight? Just everybody, or was there a certain thing that the late turnovers? What we'd like to know, and then we can talk more about it. Because obviously you're very frustrated about this game. What was the most frustrating part, and what could the Warriors have done different to make it better and get a W?
Yeah, I think what was most frustrating for me was the fact that Denver basically gave you a free one to move up in the standings in the Western Conference. It's a tight race. It's like 3 games back from where we're at 6 to the number 2 spot, which is huge, right? We go from playing somebody like it could be the Nuggets, right? And Jokic, and he's the best player in the league or in the world right now. And from going to that or playing somebody like Houston, and they basically gave you a free one by sitting Jokic and Murray, and you just didn't come out. You didn't perform. The passes were just so lazy. I think they were trying to cherry pick a lot of times. They were just heaving it down the court, and they were just picking us off like safeties in the backfield in football, right? It to me it looked like they were thinking it was just going to be a nonchalant game. Everything was going to be cool. We're going to come out here, just walk over these guys and get ready for Milwaukee tomorrow, when Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr., they had something else to say about that. I think they both combined for like 60 plus points tonight, which is huge for them. And you know what? When you're one of the greatest and you're looking for a run in Steph Curry and being, everybody's talking about him being a GOAT, man, it looks bad. I mean, I'm not saying like we're all looking at this like this is
Look,
one
if you're
and
gonna,
done situation.
I look at it
but,
this way: you're gonna have a
but
bad game, have your bad game, and get it out of your system because they've been playing really well the last 14, 15 games. This stat is incredible. Warriors first team in NBA history to shoot less than 25% from three, under 60% from the free throw line, and with 20 plus turnovers. That's just a bad game. And the crazy thing is, they still had a shot, but they didn't deserve it. I think they let down. I think when they found out, like Lou said, natural let down, like, oh, hey, we got this in the bag. Jokic and Murray are out, we can.
this is making my point even more. I mean, if you're shooting, if you're giving up the ball that many times and then also not shooting it well from the free throw line, and the other team's best players are out, you should win that game. And you
should,
still
but the other team's still a professional team, and they've got guys that are hungry. But
yeah, Fossey, I was a little upset with them shooting so bad. There was 7:49, and they were already in the penalty. Take the ball inside, get fouled, so you get free throws that the clock doesn't go. This game sort of reminded me of the game when we went to Philadelphia, where they found out Joel wasn't playing, and that one guy who they got in the trade had 38 or 39 that night, Dan, when they lost in Philadelphia at Philly. It should have never happened. But the one good thing about the Warriors, they did bounce back and win 4 straight. But what they got to do now is they can't have games like this back to back. You can't do it. So, but no, I understand.
And I'll leave you guys with this, man. Again, thank you for taking my call. But
all right, Fossey.
No problem. Keep it up. Thanks, Fossey.
Yeah, I'll just say this last thing before I let D-loading in. I know a lot of people are going to wake up tomorrow and be like, yo, Kuminga's back in. They're probably getting him into the game plan, things like that. But I don't think that out at all. I think he's still a great piece of this team. I think he's going to be great for us. I'm not looking at the numbers, but I think it was plus 10 or something, which is great for us. But at the same time, man, a horrible loss for us. Completely ruined my St. Patrick's Day. I was having green beer or whatever it was earlier. Now it's all messed up, man. So cheers, everybody. Have a great night. D-loading,
right,
take over.
Take care, Fossey. All right. Welcome on in, D-loading. How's everything going?
What's up, guys? Let me know if my mic's bad. I'm coming home from my buddy's place, so it's connected to my car right now. So
it's good.
Okay. That was a classic trap game. I don't know if I put too much stock into how negative this affects the Warriors, or if it's just at the end of the day they just played bad. They played sloppy. So I don't really know if how much I can hold on to this game, if you guys know what I mean.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that was one of the worst games I've seen Steph play in a while. And when you get a game like that right before tip, their stars are out, you're kind of going into it expecting the win, and then you just get punched right in the face, caught off guard, and they kind of never brought the energy for this game. So,
yeah.
It was a rough one to watch.
They have to right the wrong tomorrow. In some ways, it's tough playing back to back, but you're right back out there. It's kind of like a walk-off homer in the baseball game. You come right back next day and get a chance to right the ship. So they're gonna, if Pods is available, hopefully, because I think Steph rests. I think Steph sits out. Yep. Pods can play hard. Look, you saw what the Nuggets did tonight, undermanned, and guys that are hungry will get minutes. I think tomorrow night you're going to see a lot of minutes from Guy Santos tomorrow night. I think you're going to get a lot of minutes from Moody again tomorrow night. If you look at the box score, let me take a look at the minutes again here. The minutes tonight were Moody played 25. So he's young. He can play easily 25, 30 tomorrow. Quentin Post is going to get a big run tomorrow night. He only played 8 minutes. Looney can play. Santos is going to play. Buddy Hield will have to pick up the slack. So you're going to get guys that are going to have to play some minutes, and we'll see how they can, if the vets can keep the vets under 30.
Yeah. There's also
like
there's a bunch of different aspects to this game. Like they're still trying to get Kuminga integrated into the offense, and it's going to be rough because they've been playing good, and they're trying to see how he fits into it. I also think, I know you guys aren't too fond of Podziemski, but I think this would have been the perfect game for Podziemski to play, just getting another ball handler out there. And in a game where it almost felt like every single loose ball or tip or rebound was going the other way, Podziemski's just a great guy at getting in the mix of things, getting those rebounds, getting those 50-50 balls. I think he would have been perfect in this game. It just felt like every single thing that could go wrong in each possession went wrong. So,
yeah,
that's a great point.
It's just a bad night. It's going to happen, and hey, it even happens in playoff series. Guys just throw up chunkers, and next game completely different. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, Denver was. How many more threes did the Nuggets have tonight? Like 7? Let's see. The Warriors were 8 of 33, and the Nuggets were 14. So 6 more. That's 18 points right there. I mean,
yeah.
And then the Warriors,
the so
14 of 18. The Warriors had anybody like I heard Ryan say earlier that the refs were trying to give the Warriors a game. The Warriors shot 12 more free throws. Or I should say 9 more. 9 more. They shot 15 of 27. If the Warriors had made 6 more and were 21 of 27, they would have been in the game at the end. It would have been like a 1-2 point game.
Hey, deloading and Dan. Deload. I just want to say one thing. To start the game, we were 1 for 8 from the field, and we were 1 for 9 from the free throw line. That's how we began the game. Okay?
Oh, it ended up, Lou, we were 1 for 14. 1 for 14 from 3 at one point.
Yeah, I was just saying shooting wise. So that's where, when you start off that bad against a good team that's hungry, who's already beaten you, you're already up against the 8 ball. But that's a horrible way to start at home. But I just wanted to bring that up. That's, no team's going to win like that. You're probably going to lose 95% of the time.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing I want to touch on about that is that everybody wants to talk about Jimmy coming over and our free throw numbers skyrocketing, and that's a part of it, 100%. But I think that's like 30% of it, and 70% of it is that Kuminga was hurt and Looney got way less playing time, as well as Trace Jackson-Davis. Those guys also trading Wiggins away. Those are 3 guys that were so bad from the free throw line that left, and then we gained one guy who's great at getting foul calls and getting to the line. Those free throw numbers are going to dip again if we continue playing Kuminga and Looney more. That's what's going to happen.
Exactly. Hey, can we play the we all sometimes we have a segment where we play the dumbest comment of the night, and the guy who's been riding me, believe it or not, guy who thinks he knows sports, comes up with the dumbest line of the night, and let's give him a. It's not because they suck. Why they lost? It's because they didn't want to win it. Yeah, that's right. The Warriors came out and said, "You know what? We don't want to win this game, so we're just gonna come out here and get tired, get our bodies beaten in, and get Steph's gonna get a big gash across his chest, and Jimmy's gonna maybe hurt his back because they didn't want to win the game." What a clown. He says, "I know more sports than you. I'm a player." Okay, we're playing down at the YMCA with the 3rd grade kids. Yes, and you're 22 years old. Yeah, come on. The Warriors didn't want to win. Has anybody ever heard anything so stupid in your life? They didn't want to win. I mean,
that's up with the broadcast a week ago saying that teams should get half a point for almost making a bucket.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of teams that maybe didn't go out there and play like hard enough to win because they thought they had it, but I've never heard of anything. Yeah, we don't want to win this game. We'd like to finish maybe 7th or 8th. Gosh. I may have to ban this guy because I can't have stupidity on my show. NorCal Sports Network has a lot of great sports people and really knowledgeable, but this guy obviously is a troll and doesn't know anything. So, Deloading, go ahead. Finish your thoughts on the game. What do you see tomorrow night happening?
So I don't know if you guys had talked about this earlier because I came in kind of late, but the thing that sucks is that you needed this one. I don't think Curry's going to play tomorrow. I think Butler
said he may not.
And Butler loves getting up and playing against Giannis. He just does. He has that competitive spirit against him. And the thing I really
we lost
quarter range. They're struggling and they're trying to get back in the game. Oh, you lost me?
Yeah, come on back. Yeah, there you are.
Just repeat what you were saying. Sorry about that. You lost it when you said when Giannis and then that's where you went out. You were talking about the competitive spirit.
Yeah, Jimmy just loves getting up and playing against Giannis, so I'm excited to see that. Hopefully Jimmy goes again on the back-to-back. But a thing that I saw earlier tonight in that middle of the third quarter range, when the Warriors were down, they're trying to come back, and they just needed a bucket. Jimmy started to, take over, just get to the basket at will.
Yeah.
Kind of immerse himself onto the game that we haven't really seen as much because he's trying to get everyone involved. So it's just cool seeing him as we get closer to the playoffs because he's going to be more willing to get his shot up and be more aggressive. So I think chipping away at that super passive Jimmy is a really cool thing. Looking forward to getting closer to the postseason.
Yeah,
Good point.
That's a good point. I also think maybe Jimmy was seeing that the rest of the team just was off tonight, and I think he could probably read that Steph didn't have it and other guys, and he just said, I'm just going to have to take over. I mean, you saw that on the free throw he missed, and he got the rebound. He was determined.
An amazing play. Yeah.
Determined. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, but hey, man, we're going to end it right here. Deloading. Thanks for jumping in as always. We always appreciate your comments and good stuff. We'll be back tomorrow night, guys. Warriors, Bucks. It'll probably be about the same time. This game went late tonight. Started at 7:15. Ended it was 2:40 or 9:45. We got on. Yeah. That was late. So we'll be back on tomorrow night, 9:30-ish, right in there, 9:30 to 9:45. And we will see you guys then. Thanks for joining. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Helps the algorithms. Hit the like on the YouTube there. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And
Dan, do you have any thing coming out during the day? Any Giants
video
info, or maybe you do a video after the Dodgers Cub game? Anything that the chat can look forward to?
Yeah, I may do something like that. We'll see. Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
I've got some tickets for a spring training game tomorrow, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So, but guys, thanks for being here, and we will catch you tomorrow. And go ahead and post your comments, and we'll put those up as we're on the way out. Take care, everybody. See you, Deloading. Nope. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.